Hey guys, it's Andrew. I just wanted to show you my ride. It's been under the trees, as you can tell, but still fairly clean, relatively speaking. I got the wheel locks on there. You don't want anybody driving away with your jet ski. Got these fishing pole holders, and I've secured them further with two heavy-duty zip ties. I should probably use metal zip ties next. Think about that. I actually came out here to get this. But this thing is sweet. You can get to any fishing hole spot quickly. This seat right here comes up, and you can sit on it like a bass fishing boat. You put this bracket right here down there, and you put the seat on top, and you can swivel around and fish. We've got a live well / cooler right there. I've got my essentially lunch and water in there. There's more water in here, and then this is 5 gallons of additional fuel just in case, and it's wrapped in a fire resistant cloth because I smoke cigars and I don't want to catch this thing on fire accidentally. So I got to be very careful about that. More fishing rod holders right there, and reinforced. The issue is you don't want a big fish, and the big fish will rip off your rod holders. Still might do it with this setup, but we're going to see before we buy some expensive setup. There's a setup that goes right here that I'm looking at that's $300-$400. It's steel, and it's about, I don't know, 4 to 6 rod holders. But this thing is sweet, and I pull it with my Jeep Wrangler, who I call Chief Osceola. So if you're out there and you see us, give us a shout, beep your horn. But we'll be fishing, trying to figure this stuff out, trying to catch some fish. I haven't really caught a lot of fish, but I have high hopes to do so. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, I got a new camera mount. I said I got a new camera mount. It's not very sturdy, so I don't have high hopes for it. Let me do what's really important, and that's light a cigar. Okay. Well, no, this has to go in here. See? Not very sturdy. Hello. We're in Coffee Pot Bayou this morning. I don't know really what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go on a tour, I think, and maybe do some fishing. I see some fish on the fish finder. I've got my poles right here. Make sure I don't run into anything. Put my poles out just in case. Make sure there's nothing I'm going to lose if I go. That's going to get wet, but I'm not going to lose it. Possibly. Pretty bright out here too. shit. I gotta put my glasses somewhere so I don't lose them. Of course, it's Coffee Pot Bayou, so it's a no-wake zone. I really want to do some trolling. I could probably troll right now. I got this trolling lure that should dive into the water about 5 feet or so. Theoretically, where the fish are. I don't know if I'll catch anything on this lure we're trolling. I figured as long as we're gonna do 6 miles an hour, I might as well troll for something. See what's out here as we head towards Tampa Bay. I'll either do some fishing in Tampa Bay, or I've been looking at this thing called the Tampa Bay Triangle. Basically, it's a trip to Apollo Beach, then up to Tampa, then back down to St. Pete. So I may do that as well, depending on whether there's a lot of waves or not, and how choppy it is out there. No fish yet. My string is messed up, I see. I've been on a Gordon Lightfoot binge for the past couple weeks. I'm sure I'm driving my wife crazy, but he was a great artist who became very successful. He wrote his own songs and the music composition. He was a talented musician in that sense, songwriter. I mean, he knew the music too. He wrote the notes, everything, which is unusual. But like all of us, he got old and died of old age for the most part. He was 85. Come on now, there's got to be a fish that's going to swim by and take that lure. If it's not wrapped up in itself, which it happens with those lures. Lures with 3 hooks on them tend to get tangled a lot. I'm sure it has a lot to do with the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. But this is about how fast, if not a little bit faster. We're gonna go through this bridge. feels normal. I just grabbed the rod. We're gonna go through this bridge right here, go underneath it. This is Snell Isle Bridge. Ride bikes over here all the time. Not as much as I need to. I got this $2,000 bike though. You'd think I'd ride it more, as I should, but it's so much more fun coming out here on this jet ski. Looks pretty smooth. The wind apps all said that it was smooth today. I really should go offshore. I didn't go out early enough. I want to go offshore, maybe 30 miles where it's 100 feet. Do some jigging, as well as some trolling and some bottom fishing. So I have 2 rigs. What do we got? We got something? I don't feel it. It looked like it. A lot of false alarms. A lot of false alarms with trolling, I found. Just the friction of the water fools you into thinking you got a fish. This is, let me take this off. What they call Bird Island. See all the birds? These are some of the homes in Snell Isle. Lots of doctors and rich people. Nothing wrong with that. They deserve it. This is Tampa Bay out here. Does that work? Nope. Let's try this. Get away from these rocks. Just caught two small, it's like speckled trout is what they look like. But we're in the middle of Tampa Bay. We're not in the middle, but we're close. Apollo Beach is that way. St. Pete is that way. Tampa is that way. There's a lot of boats in this area, so they're tracking a lot of fishermen. They're tracking a lot of fish. I need to stay probably closer with them, but I wanted to go ahead and start fishing. I caught two small ones. And this lure I don't think is particularly good. I think the weight is too close to the lure. So the weight may throw off the fish. Who knows? Beautiful day for fishing though. It's not terribly hot. It's supposed to be, 95 degrees. And who knows what the temperature is. I guess I can't really tell. I don't see any fish on the fish finder, so I really ought to find a better place. Even though I caught a couple. Let's see if we have some. Not terribly rough. I mean, there's waves, as you can tell, but it's manageable. I'm not getting sick at all, so that's good. As a beginner jet skier, I can get seasick. Let's just put it that way. Let's bring this up. Let's just go down. Do a little drop fishing. Oh, this lure is all messed up with weeds. I really think these lures are effective, but they're really a pain to work with because they always, with 3 hooks in them, they really get tangled quite easily. Alright, we're gonna go down. I'm just gonna drop fish. It's about 30 feet, 21 feet actually, excuse me. I seem to only catch small fish when I'm out here. And I know small fish grow into big fish. So there's got to be big fish here. And I could be smarter about it, really. Go look for a wreck or an artificial reef or something like that, where there's likely to be fish. But sometimes you just want to fish. I am planning my spots, fishing spots in the Gulf as well as Tampa Bay. Problem is, when I'm doing the planning, I'm sitting on my couch and I got to transport them to the fish finder on the boat or on the jet ski, and I still can't figure out how that's done. And then Garmin has this other app called Navionics, which is really nice, I think. But how does that get over to the active captain app? What is that saying? Swivel seat. When my seat is up, the one that I'm sitting on right now, it's a swivel. It's great because it turns this into a bass boat. But it will limit the speed on the jet ski for obvious reasons. See what I'm talking about? Tangled up on these hooks. down 20 feet. Not too bad at catching small fish. I sure would like to get a big one though, but I'm getting prepared. I'm learning the tackle. I've got pretty good tackle, but probably not for going out to 100-foot water and trying to land a 40-pound tuna. It seems to me I need a stronger rod with 50-pound test line. And that's for like bottom fishing and jigging. But I'd also like a stronger rod for trolling with maybe a bait caster reel instead of a spinning reel. But, you know, that's another $2,000. One thing about being a beginner, it's expensive. Not only do you learn best by failing, but failing means you've lost lures, you know, maybe $15 lures, maybe $25 lures. I lost my seat that I'm sitting on, left it on the cooler, took off, left the seat behind. I had to go pick up my son from school, so I couldn't go back and look for it. That was $1,000. Again, you learn by doing. And what I've learned, particularly since I've lost some other things off the jet ski, is you cannot put anything on the jet ski that's unsecured, or you're going to lose it. Guaranteed. Because you're going to forget about it. And you're going to take off, and it's going to be lost forever. Here we go again.
When that sweet brown girl of mine, hair black as a raven, we broke the bread and drank the wine from a jug that she's been saving. Left me in my
Let's do some column fishing, which is just letting it hang in between the floor, which is 20 feet. I got a bite on that one.
now the river's wide and deep and brown.
Come on now.
She's crossing muddy water.
Come on back. Did you mess up my lure? Let's see. Nope. I felt you though.
Baby's crying and the daylight's gone. That big old tree is grown.
I like bottom fishing. I like going on fishing charters where you just drop some live bait, which I just reminded myself that I have some squid and frozen squid in the freezer. I ordered a very small cooler that I've got to figure out how to secure it on this jet ski. A bait cooler, a little tiny thing. Holds a few cans of Coca-Cola, but I think it's perfect size. Come on now, bite that.
She's crossing muddy water. Now the river's wide and deep and brown.
A lot of people out here enjoying the weather. You know? You really can't beat it for fishing on a day like today. It's not as hot as they said it would be. It's supposed to be hot for the next week. I look for calm seas because when you go out offshore, you really need calm seas,
That's more than he
or it's
deserves.
quite a workout. You get seasick.
I spent a
You
week
burn
here
more
one
fuel.
afternoon, and
So
I came away with this story, which is
I've been out 15 miles. I haven't been out further than that yet.
a little midnight watchman, a rotund waitress.
But
A girl he picked up one night.
I think it's a worthy hobby to learn. I should have learned a lot earlier. My brother Jeff was the fisherman in the family. He caught the first large bass out of a lake in Columbus, Mississippi. A country club lake. Big old, must have been a 7-pound bass. And he was 12 years old probably. But I never took it. I never fished for fun, unless I was in a situation where I'm on vacation, everyone's fishing, something like that. I never really took it up though. We got all this grass. I don't like getting into the jet ski. Grass everywhere. I guess it could be worse. It could be rocks. Oh, let's get some bites. I'm gonna get out of here and find a better fishing spot here shortly. See if we can get a bite. Looks like somebody's nibbling.
Once again, she said, I don't want to bother you. Consider it's understood. I know I'm not no beauty queen, but I sure
Come on now.
listen good.
Where are you?
And the little man took his drink in his hand and he raised it to his lips. He took a couple of steps and then he told the waitress his story. I am the midnight watchman, down to the dime. And I watch
And I wonder if I do catch a 50-pound fish,
the time go by.
how interesting that must be to reel it in on a jet ski.
At the diner, I stopped to get a bite, and this here lovely lady,
We find a better
sat
spot.
2 seats from my right. And Lord,
All right, swivel around. Need some more grease on the seat so I can swivel a lot faster. All right.
that she could walk a winter frost.
I think I chase all those boats over there. Maybe look for something on the bottom and then hover over that and fish on it. Sounds like a pretty good plan. You can't go more than 20 miles an hour with this seat, the swivel seat, where that's a safety thing, as I said earlier. Yeah, this camera mount is not the best. You know, I could put it up there. Why don't I do that? That ought to be better. Oh, I can't do this. Let's see. even on the bottom. Of course. I'm in kind of a boat channel. "37 feet. Let's do some more bottom fishing. There's an art to this. Ugh. Hey, 40, 35 feet. Got one. Fish on. I got him. Another small one, I'm sure. Oh, he's in the fish. He's in there. That's a catch. We can get you, buddy. Small one. But it's the small ones that help you keep the faith. What am I doing? Come on. Shit, that's 3. All the same, too. Need a big one. I don't know if I could get a big one with this. I would think you could. It's a question of finding them. All right, it might be time for a cigar as soon as I eat some lunch. Big fish every now and then. I wonder where the hell they are. Of course, it's 12 o'clock, which is the worst time to fish. Something down there. Something. Got him. Oh. Had him. That's something. tide's going north. Got some new lures coming from this company out of New Zealand, Globe Bright, I think they're called. They've got some very interesting lures. Some of them glow. Something's down there, it's got it. Just trying to get it. Could be scraping across something. But the problem is it takes it forever to get here. But I've lost a couple of their very nice lures. Again, learning that you really need a strong line, stronger than if you put a heavy lure on it. But they've got some great jigs. You can stuff fish food, fish scent in them, as well as they glow. Up to 70 fish, 70 casts, I think. 70, maybe 700. It was a lot, if I remember. But I don't know if it works or not. But it seems to me that they're very well designed. I wonder how these tariffs are affecting New Zealand. I wonder if New Zealand has cut a deal with the Trump administration yet. I'm sure they have. And they've got some really big ones. I've got one that's this big, a jig. Not sure how you use it. You've got to go deep. Probably a 20-pound weight. I don't know what. I'm going to have to watch some of their videos. Nothing biting. There's some fish. Merle Haggard used to love fishing. That's all he did when he had time off. That and partying. He was a big partier. Come on, fishies, where are you? Birds are certainly here, which is a good sign for fish. has some of that other lure. It's kind of a top lure. Wish I had my chicken rig set up. That's why I need more poles. You can have a chicken rig on one. Switch them out. That's what other guys do, I've noticed. Alright. Let's go this way. See, this is a jig. It's kind of a trolling lure because it's got a little thing that helps it dive into the water. So we'll see if that helps us. This is more casting to catch something. I've seen jiggles like Elvis Presley. Got to be attracted to the fish, but the problem is the fish are deep. So I've got something that's not deep. My chicken rig. Pretty good at that now. Put a drop sinker on the bottom of the rig. Surface. Throw a chicken rig on here. Eat lunch first, I guess. Take a break. All right, so I caught 4. They're babies. They all went back home. Their home, not mine. I had to throw them back. Now I'm trolling just for the hell of it, since I've got this one rig. And we'll see if there's anybody on the surface as we head on back. About 12:30. We'll get lunch somewhere. This is what trolling looks like on a jet ski. About 9 miles an hour. Not too fast, not too slow. The bait is way back there. I don't know what the heck it looks like in the water. I'm assuming it'll be attractive if there's a fish that we cross. I can never tell if I actually have a fish on the line. I just assume I do not, because I usually don't. I guess it'll really bend. Still a beautiful day. Quite a few boats out. Everybody's taking advantage of this weather here in Tampa Bay. There we go. Let's see.
This cannot happen right at this moment, because once again, the company must be nice to home with one big beautiful bill. Not only does it spectacular for all Americans,
Do I have something?
Millions of illegal aliens are offered Medicaid to protect it for those who are the ones in real need. The country will suffer greatly without this
Or-
legislation. With their taxes going up 65%, it
None.
will be blamed on the
I don't feel
Democrats,
anything.
but that doesn't help our
Certainly felt
voters.
it earlier.
We don't need grandstanders in the Republican Party. Stop talking and get it done. It's time to fix the mess that Biden and the Democrats gave us. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And I do believe the Republicans at this point in time, they need to move forward with this plan because this is much, much bigger than just
This is a crazy
this bill.
newsletter,
This
podcast.
is moving us from one system to another. That's the ultimate goal. The economy, the entire system, the way you know it today,
Like I may be
it is
wrapped
about
up.
to change. Remember, the central bank came into existence in 1913.
Oh, I got
It became
some.
the reserve
Look at
currency
this.
after World War II. We came off the
Little
gold
mackerel.
standard in 1971. The central bank system,
Or
at that point, took
Another one of these
control
damn-
over our entire
shit.
economic system. Yes, they had control
Hang on,
going back to 1913, but they really took almost full control in 71 because then, at that point, what could they do?
stop.
They can push
Got some
the
teeth on.
entire country into full fiat mode. They would be able to corrupt those individuals that are in Congress. They can then create other organizations around the world. So this is what the central
Sorry,
bank
buddy.
system has done. And now Trump is fighting against the central bank. And we said, going back in time, that the battle against the central bank system is going to be one of the biggest battles that we've ever seen because the central bank never wants to give up control. Not after they've been in power for over 100 years. They're not just going to say, hey, see you later. It was
poor
fun doing
guy.
business with all the different countries, but we're going to cease to exist, and that's okay with us. No, they're going to fight to the very, very end because they don't want to give up the control. They have so much control over the country. Think about it. If you have the ability to create the currency out of thin air, just think about it. You're sitting in your house, and you take a piece of paper, you rip it in half, and you say, this is a $1 bill, this is a $5 bill. You're creating currency right here. And then you give it to someone and say, listen, I'll let you borrow this, but there's interest attached on that.
He's
Just
hooked
remember
3
that.
times.
The person says, well,
Oh,
all right,
Jesus.
you gave me $5. Well, where do I get
I'm afraid I'm
the
killing you.
money to pay you back? The interest. Oh, no, you got to borrow more. That's how the central bank system works. Do they want to give up that type of control? No. Because once you do that, you actually then control the country. And then when you actually push the corruption by money laundering and paying people off, you really control the country. So the central bank system is going to fight to the very, very end because they don't want to give up this power. And they don't want us to move to a decentralized currency like Bitcoin, like gold. Because once that happens, the jig is up. The game is over.
Sorry, buddy.
They don't control anything anymore. And once people find out what it's like to have their buying power back and to be on a system that is actual money, sound money, and they realize, wait a minute, why were we ever in that economy? We should have never been in that economic system. It's terrible.
I'm trying to get
It's
you off.
actually the worst thing that we've ever seen in our lifetime. That's what people are going to see in the end. People are going to look back in time. Just like after
Good.
the first central bank and then the second central bank, when Andrew Jackson got rid of it, they look back in time going, why did we have that central bank? But you know what happens over time. All
He's
of a sudden
dead.
people forget.
I mean, he's not dead, but
people
he's
stop telling the story. I'm
going
not
to be
saying this
dead
happens
as soon as
200
another
years.
fish sees him.
This will happen after, maybe 50,
Sorry
100,
about that. Boy,
150,
that,
200 years, but it will happen. And I do believe to make it even tougher for the private central bank to come
It's
into
a brutal
existence
lure.
again is to remove the Federal Reserve Act, remove the 16th Amendment, and actually include a new amendment that pretty much says no private Western central bank is allowed to exist in America or something like that. And we should have an amendment that says that there should never ever be.
That took it out of me.
And or we should have an amendment
What is it
that
with
says
all these small
we only
fish in
can use
Tampa Bay?
decentralized currency. Maybe that's even better. But again, you can see the central bank system. They're going to fight and fight and fight. And every step of the way that what Trump is trying to do, he's not trying to balance a budget. He's not trying. Yes,
I
it
gotta
might
put my
look like
seat
that.
up.
Yes, he would like to do that. But the main mission here is to shift us away from the private West central bank system. lot of the things he's doing, people are saying, well, he's spending too much money. He's doing that. Yeah, he's spending the private central bank's money. Remember, I think what he's going to do is going to show everyone that a lot of this debt that we have, we don't have to pay back. And yes, when he says he wants a tax cut, the government looks at a tax cut like we're spending money. I mean, really think about this for a second. So this should tell you everything you need to know, and this bill needs to be passed. And there are certain individuals that don't want it to be passed because they are controlled by others. And I think now we're starting to see that they are. And now you can see them very, very clearly. And what's very interesting is that they're fighting against a bill that will get rid of tax on tips, tax on overtime, tax on Social Security, remove the illegals from Medicaid, saving us a lot of money. This is what they're fighting against. And in the end, Trump, I do believe, by cutting the expense of the government, getting rid of all this waste, all the bloat that the system created so it could never be dismantled, Trump is getting rid of it so we can then transition into a system where we bring in the currency from external sources to pay for all government. And when you bring in currency from external sources,
wasn't too bad for a fat boy.
Those in Congress can't say, hey, you know
the
what?
Governor
I would like to
controls the speed
there isn't $1 trillion you can
when the
borrow.
seat is
But
up.
guess what? You can't have it.
So if you want to go
It actually
faster,
puts controls into place and it stops
you got to put the seat up.
in its tracks.
The seat back.
All
right. You can't go this fast when the seat is up. That's a beautiful day. That was my fifth fish. That poor guy got a few holes in him. He'll make a good meal for somebody. Some fish. It's not particularly smooth. Be like 1 to 2 foot waves. But really, it's a great tool to get to where you want to go fast. It's like a boat, really. But the upside is more maneuverable. The downside is you feel the waves because it's such a small vessel. Although Sea-Doo did a great job making it stable. I mean, I'm 240 pounds, 6'1". I haven't cupped it yet. I did have it throw me over a couple times. Overboard. That's part of the learning experience too. I'm not too crazy on this like many people would be because there's a 300 horsepower motor. I really don't get anywhere close to what this thing can do. Of course, I haven't had real glassy, smooth Don't have my tether on. Like I should. There's beautiful St. Petersburg. We're on the Bay side, Tampa Bay. That's the east side of the peninsula. However, I go on the west side, which is the Gulf. A lot. That's where I really want the glass to eat. Smooth water. Be curious how this audio sounds. This windshield has an issue with polarized sunglasses. That's a design flaw. Makes it hard to see through. It's great to have a windshield, don't get me wrong. But it'd be nice to see through it. I'm going to buy some sports sunglasses that aren't polarized, I guess. Can I turn it?
So yes. Are they going to just sit back and say, go ahead, just do whatever you need to do? No. They're going to fight. But it looks like they are